Hello, my name's Jason and welcome to another episode of me painting. Today we've got an 18 by 14 canvas up and I've already done a little bit of work on there. I've got some black and white gesso and I loaded my brush up with half black and half white gesso and just made some rocks, just went bloop 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 across and then just filled in a little bit. And then I left that to dry. It takes about half an hour or so. And now I'm going to use that as my underpainting and I'll put a little bit of this mixture that I've made, which is liquid clear and a little bit of phthalo blue. So we've got liquid blue effectively. And I'm going to put that across the entire canvas and it'll work as a glaze. So all this that we've done will sink into the painting. As the blue goes on top of it, all the little darks and lights will go blue as well. It's a nice, easy way to do a quick glaze. And also that means you'll get your transparency that you try to create when you're doing water. And I'll take this all the way up because my horizon line is say about here, and then we'll have the sky. But I like to show you different ways to do a painting. Don't want to get bored. Show you a few ways, and then you can choose whichever way you want to paint your picture with. Maybe you'll start creating your own techniques. That's one thing that attracted me to painting the most is there's no rules. No rules. Just do a painting however you want. Okay. Now, in this area of the water, I want there to be a bit of a green hint to it. So I'll grab some of this Phthalo Green. Phthalo Green on the brush. Phthalo Green is very strong. Very strong. So I'm just tapping a little bit on. Just a little bit. Okay. We'll change the colour of this. Let the green mix in with the blue. Just to give it a different shade as it's coming down here. Then you can blend that back if you want to the water. Okay. Now we'll start working on this sky. Like I said, we've got the blue ready, but I want there to be a few lighter areas. So with my filbert brush, I'm going to get a little bit of white and blue mix. I'm just going to load that on my filbert. Quite a lot of paint. I'm just going to start putting in some little actions just with a brush, just using the brush strokes. This white and blue mix. This is our sky. Just using the filbert. Maybe we've got a cloud there. We can scrub in some of the excess paint that's on our brush just to lighten up the blue that's already on there. Let's go a little bit more. Let's have some up here as well. So I'm using little rocking motions just so I keep the action in the sky, so there's life in the sky. For this one, maybe it's quite windy. Let's fill that bit in as well. And you could do this with a 1-inch brush if you want. You could always get a little bit of white on the brush and start filling it in. It's up to you. once you get used to painting, you can just pick up any of the tools and do your picture with it. Okay. And you can also, maybe you want to do a picture using a photo that you've got, and set up your photo at the side of you, and then you can look at your picture while you're painting. Okay, maybe there's a little crimson down here. Let's give it a little bit of a tiny bit of crimson here. We'll grab some of that white. Let's get this crimson. There we go. Bit of the blue in with it. And we'll warm up the horizon area with this colour. Just letting it mix right on the canvas, so it's got like a warm glow at the base. Grab a little bit more of that white. Okay, maybe a touch more of the crimson in there. Okay, now I'm going to grab the 1-inch brush. I'm just going to soften this. You get a hair on your bristles, and use the corner of your brush and just pull it off. Okay, just soften this using the 1-inch, going all the way across. Very lightly though. Okay, I'll do for our sky. Now using that filbert brush that's still got a little bit of this lavender colour on. It's light crimson and blue. Let's create a bit of a distant hill there. Let's get a bit more colour. Now this blue that I've got on here, we don't need that now, so I'll just get rid of that. Scrape it off. Put it at the side. Keep your palette clean. Bit of palette maintenance, as they call it. Okay, now that's what we're doing. We're doing those rocks. Bit of crimson, bit of blue. In with a white there, just make a darker value, and we'll use that. Sort of along there. Just put in a bit of a reflection as well. Now with the knife, what I'll do is I'll just grab a little bit of this white on the top of the knife, just pull a bit of that white out. So just pull out the white out and then cut so it goes on the top of the knife, and then using the bottom the canvas, create your line, your horizon line, just where the water and the land is hitting, just to give it an indication there. Okay, now let's put in some trees in here. Maybe we'll get a bit more of the blue in with our purpley colour, a bit more crimson. Keep it quite light though, maybe a little bit of this green. Phthalo Green. Yeah. So there's a little bit of Phthalo Green, Phthalo Blue and Crimson. And we'll use that. We'll put in some trees. So I'm just touching them, pulling down, just using the filbert brush. You could do this with the fan brush. It's up to you. Then take a step back, have a look. It's quite light, so let's go a bit darker. Let's get some of the Sap Green. Sap Green and Blue. And let's put another layer in there. There's a little there. We can leave some of those lighter ones though, just to give it some depth. So what we're doing is we're just pulling down. You can take it all the way out, back there. Now I'll grab some crimson in with this green, maybe a bit of brown as well, just to make it a little darker colour. We can put in our land. Maybe the land. Something like that. Just sort of bring that together a little bit. Okay, and then let's pick up a little bit of this Cad Yellow, a little bit of Cad Yellow. We can use that just to create angle here and there. The land. Grabbing a bit more Sap Green as well. So it's all about the direction of the stroke that creates the shapes. Then of course we can put in a bit of a reflection. Just wipe my brush on a paper towel, just wiping the excess paint off. Let's pick that colour up again and let's put in a few of these trees on the other side, just to create our reflection. Okay. And let's grab a big brush. Let's just pull that down. And go across, just so we've got a little bit of a reflection in there. And now let's start working on this water. Let's go into another filbert brush, and let's pull this white over here. Get this white, and let's get a bit of this blue. Let's use a bit of Prussian Blue as well. Just want to make a few different blues. Got a lighter one here. Got a darker one here. Let's have another one. Let's just grab another brush. Maybe we'll have a crimson and blues. Have some white. Let's make this deep blue here. And now in our water, we can start using some of these strokes. Now these will be opaque though, because we've got the white in it. But if you do it very thin, you can still see under, and you can still see into the water. So I'm just looking and thinking about the way the water would be. Just putting in the colour. And a bit more of that dark. You can even pull a little bit of this colour across this. Just to mix that up a little bit, and then we can, of course, we can add our waterline in again, where you cut across. You get the paint on the top of the knife, so you just go whoosh, and then the paint's right on the top. And then again, you want to be creating straight strokes. So you're just scratching it in, really. Okay. I'll use my other brush. Let's pick up some of this lighter blue. Maybe there's a bit more light hitting in this area. Whatever you like, you can make this as choppy as you want or as still as you want. It's up to you. Just creating little actions. These little actions, they over the top of these rocks, pushes them down, makes them look a little bit better. Okay. I'm using these little crisscross strokes, or arc strokes. They're like, it just helps a little bit. You could even, if you wanted to, you could put in some little fish under the water. It's up to you. Okay, let's start putting a little bit of detail in. Just dipping into some liquid clear, just to make my paint a bit thinner. Let's grab some of this white. A little bit of white, and just spin on your bristles. Maybe you want to create some little things where there's little ripples, lots of little ripples together. Maybe some more. You can just put them in. Just doing little arcs, and I'm crossing them over as well. Maybe I'll get a little bit more liquid clear, a little bit of blue, and spin the bristles. Maybe we'll put some little blue ones in as well. Here and there. But you can put in all kinds of little details in this one. Just little arcs. Wherever you like. Maybe a few over here. A few little ripples over there. Maybe it's getting more shallow there. Okay, so saying it was getting a bit shallower there. Let's grab a bit of brown. Maybe some dark sienna. Dark sienna. Let's just pull some down in there. Just put that in there. And then maybe we could have like a ripple of water. That's where the water's coming in there. Okay, maybe we'll put a few rocks. Yeah, let's put a few rocks in. Let's grab the this fill, but it's got some green on. That doesn't matter. Grab some of this brown, VanDyke Brown. Maybe some white on one side with a little bit of that dark sienna. So VanDyke Brown one side, dark sienna the other, and some white. So then we can create maybe a few little rocks in one stroke. Now this is the same way that I did the rocks under there as well. So dark on one side and light on the other. It's up to you what colours you use. Okay, and then maybe grab some of this light. Maybe some of the water was a bit too light. Let's go for the other blue. Maybe some of the water, that's better. It's sort of pulled around. And sort of pulled around the rocks. Okay, let's start working on this area. Maybe we've got just put that in first. Bit of land, bit of water. Maybe over here we've got some big chunk of land. So let's grab the big brush. There's some Midnight Black and Sap Green and some Prussian Blue. Just tap the bristles. Let's put in a piece of land that's sort of there. So I've got no liquid clear or medium on here on this area, so it's got to be a little bit rough when you're putting it on. You've got to scrub it on really. This is just our dark. Just our dark. So then our light will show. Okay. Okay, there's our land. That easy. And maybe there's a let's get this brush. Let's use a bit of blue, a bit of sap green, a bit of this midnight black, make it quite dark. Okay, let's use this colour. So it's a bit of phthalo blue, a bit of brown, sap green, black, sorry. And let's put an indication of a few little trees there. Right back there. Let's grab some of this light colour. Just highlight things a little bit lighter. Okay. Maybe they're a touch bigger than that. Well, yeah, that's about right. And then we can start using some Sap Green and start putting in some grass over there. And maybe some of this brown. I'm not even cleaning my brush. Maybe we can have some rock area over there, over here. We're just looking at the angles, grabbing some colour, whichever colour you like. So maybe there's a little bit of lavender here and there. Some greens, some yellows. A bit of white in there. You try not to let the colours mix too much. It's okay that they mix some, but if you want to keep the colours vibrant, then you just sort of put them next to each other. But I'm kind of just going for it at the moment. I'm just sort of having a look, seeing what sort of colour I could put in, and then just doing it. Not really worried, just having fun. Putting in like little lumps and bumps and all kinds of things. And then you step back and you have a look and you go, well, what works, what doesn't work? What can I change to improve things? Do I need more light? Would it be better if there was light all the way through this middle here? So then the light is hitting this area. If that's so, then should we cool down areas over the sides? Maybe we should grab some blue. Maybe we should grab some blue and put some blue in this side to cool these areas down if our warmest area is here. Maybe let's use the other filbert. Let's get a bit of bright red. I like to brighten things up. Maybe we can have some red in areas. So we're really just kind of playing, just working out what we want. Maybe there's a tree there. Let's grab some of this Phthalo Green, Phthalo Blue. Let's do a tree. Maybe it breaks the horizon, sort of there. And the brush is loaded with paint, so I'm just dragging this mass of paint off, really, and I'm just pulling it and then letting the angles of this tree just be created by the angle of the brush stroke. But you need quite a lot of paint. Look at my brush when I load it. There's a lot of paint on there. You need a lot of paint for this to work. It's almost like painting with the knife, but using a brush. And then maybe we can put a little bit of that colour in there. Just to say, there's a tree there. Maybe it's casting a bit of a shadow, a bit of brown. Okay, then you can highlight that tree, just grabbing a big chunk of yellow, big chunk, and then let's say I'm gonna highlight it in certain areas, just very light pressure. Again, you're using the angles of the tree, you're just pulling it in those angles. Okay, maybe there's another sort of thing there, a bush or something, who knows, maybe down there, maybe there's some there. You can just start playing, just using brush strokes to create things, wherever you like. And then the eye, when someone looks at it, they'll start creating things with their mind as they look at your picture. There's an element of abstract in this, but it's fun. It's a different type of, different style. You get to have fun with the blobs of paint, which I really enjoy. Okay, well, I think we'll call this one finished. There's quite a few bits for you to work on, and it's a nice fun one. Just get a bit of paint thinner, some bright red, just twisting. You want it to be quite thin, and as ink. Let's give it a little sure there. Little J. B. And a little bird for the masters. Well, thanks very much for watching this painting. It's a little bit different, something else for you to try out. And I'll see you at another one. Cheers. Bye.